Greetings, everyone. DFG here. Would you like to come in? Changing it up on you a little bit. Well, come on in. If you don't have a ticket, you can always hit the subscription button below and join us, okay? Hey, guys, I'm thrown off a little bit because of, I guess, feeling a little frustrated and very disappointed in the behavior of not only the United States government in this instance, but also Great Britain. And what I want to talk about is what happened today at the Ecuadorian embassy with Julian Assange. Now, some of you guys probably know, or most of you guys, I'm assuming, know who Julian Assange is. But if you don't, let me give you a quick little synopsis. Julian Assange is the either founder or co-founder of WikiLeaks. And you guys all know about WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks is a lot of places where you can go get, information if you're looking for it, especially on Google and other sources. It's a source of news. It's a media journalist outlet. WikiLeaks was, I guess, came to its prominence because of Bradley Manning, aka Chelsea Manning now, released a video that WikiLeaks was willing to take and show publicly. The video is called Collateral Murder. And in this video, it shows American soldiers, pilots. I think they were Apache pilots, two American Apache pilots in Iraq. And they showed on video these pilots intentionally killing 12 Iraqi citizens. I mean, gunned them down from their helicopters from above. And they knew that these guys were citizens, and they intentionally murdered these guys. They even shot 2 children in the process. The children lived, but 12 of the citizens were killed, and a couple of journalists, I think they were with the news organization called Reuters, if my memory serves me correctly. One of you guys can correct me on that. But it was WikiLeaks that brought that to our attention, just to show us some of the atrocities that were going on, in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? The murder and mayhem of innocent Iraqi citizens. Okay? Bradley Manning, aka Chelsea Manning now, was the soldier who released that information. And that's why, Bradley Manning, aka Chelsea Manning, is now back in jail, and he was also placed in jail for many years, almost a decade, because they claimed that he released confidential information. And whether or not I guess the information would be confidential because I guess it was military secrets, but that's the information that we have to hear. That's the information we need to know so that the government and the military that we pay their salaries, who represent us around the world, we have a right as U.S. citizens to know what the military is doing. That's right. We have a right to know. And they can call it confidential information and secret information, whatever kind of information they want to call it. At the end of the day, if you're taking taxpayers' dollars to support the military, which is important, then guess what? Those same taxpayers have an absolute right to know what you're doing with those tax dollars. And you have an obligation as the military and the government who's in charge of properly making sure that those resources are used in a manner consistent with the behavior that we say is important. Even the behavior that the Geneva Convention that we signed up to says is important. And slaughtering Iraqi or any innocent citizens is not a part of what any of us signed up. Maybe some of you guys signed up for it, but I can assure you I didn't sign up for it. I don't want my tax dollars killing innocent people just because they are non-Americans. Okay? Because those same dollars that promote that, ultimately, that those same military dollars that supporting that, one day very well might turn on each and every one of us and our children. That's a fact. Don't think they won't do it. Okay? But that being said, Julian Assange was taken forcibly from the Ecuadorian embassy today, under the guise that he has violated, the embassy's sovereignty laws, etc., which is bullshit because at the end of the day, they've been after Julian Assange for a long, long time. And they meaning the United States of America. I've heard politicians come on national television on programs like Meet the Press and Fox News saying that he's a traitor and ought to be killed. I've heard this come from senators' mouths. He's a traitor and he should be killed. And what did he do? He just exposed truth. WikiLeaks is also responsible for revealing to us some of the DNC corruption that was going on during the presidential campaign. That's how we found out about those emails with Hillary Clinton through WikiLeaks. And all of this stuff is going against free speech, guys, and journalism. Not only, WikiLeaks and journalism as a whole, but your voice and my voice too. These very platforms that we use could be seen as enemy of state if they chose to do so. And if we stand on the side, and this is probably to all of you guys who have platforms, video platforms, YouTube platforms. If there's no other time that we should join together as one, this is that time. All of us. I know we have a lot of other things and a lot of other things that are important to us, and we all have our own set of priorities, whether they be the reparations movement, to the to the hashtag agenda or the Me Too agenda, some of these other things that are going on, and that's okay. But there's also a united time, a time that we need to unite, because if we allow Julian Assange, because he's going to be extradited back to the United States to face espionage charges, you can mark that. If we sit on the side and our voices are not heard, I'm telling you guys and ladies, one day it's going to be us. It's going to be you and I. One day it's going to be that if any of us says anything that the government sees as anti-American, I can assure you, you're going to end up being persecuted and sitting up in Guantanamo some damn way. Why? Because in times like this, you, not me, have chosen to be silent about it. And if there's no other time that we should speak up against this, this is that time. There should be a united outcry. The YouTube algorithm should be so inundated with this information that they should really be wanting to say, we got to cut it off. And more importantly, it says that we are sending a message. That's what these algorithms, if all of us join in together and become one, like this, then we will send a strong message to every senator, every state representative, every governmental representative, that if you do it to Julian Assange, then we're going to take it personal as though you're doing it to us, and we're going to revolt and we're going to resist in ways that you never imagined. And what are those ways? We don't have to talk about that in this particular video. But there are ways. But, Ecuador, this is what I'm going to say about the Ecuadorian embassy. I give them credit, because when no one else took the man in, they took him in. But this is where I have a problem with it. That you somehow under pressure from the powers that be, and some are saying United States influenced it, with the support, obviously, of the United Kingdom. And the new president, Moreno, I think is his name, of Ecuador, is a puppet. He's a puppet. And that he sold the man out, trumped up charges, and let these people go in this place and drag this man out of the embassy. Julian Assange is a 46-year-old Australian male. If you go back, and you ought to go look at the video where they're taking him out of the embassy, the man looks like he's 60 years old. He looks terrible. I mean, what other price should he have to pay? He's been in that embassy since, I think, 2012. 2012, locked up in more or less an apartment. How is that not enough punishment for just doing what we as Americans say that is the most important thing to do? The First Amendment, the freedom of speech. You know why we wanted the freedom of speech? Because we wanted the right to protest against unrighteousness, or protest for right, depending on what the situation is. And if we sit aside right now and let this happen to Julian Assange, and we keep silent about it, we have become the very thing that we and our founding fathers, at least the founding fathers of this country, I'm not sure if I can call them mine, but the founding fathers of this country, the very thing that they put in place to make sure it did not happen, we're actually in support of it if we stay silent. At the end of the day, you have to make up your own mind. And, you know, as I share with you from this platform, you know, it is not my responsibility, nor am I narcissistic enough to think that I could tell you what to do. I'm just a voice crying in the wilderness. One of probably many, 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 many voices of concern, genuine concern. That's why you never hear me talk about raising funds or Patreon or anything like that. You know, I'd rather starve to death than to sell my integrity for $1. I'm going to say that again. I'd rather starve to death than to sell my integrity for $1. All right? So I come to you from a place of pure integrity as it relates to what it is that you hear from this particular platform. If I'm wrong, I'm sincerely wrong. But on this one, I'm not. And I'm asking for your support. Get this video out. If you're a content creator, then you create your video speaking about this. This is important, guys. This is one of those I want to call it maybe watershed. I think it's a watershed moment. But this is one of those moments, guys, where society is being challenged to do what's right and to do what's wrong. And whether or not you agree or disagree with, you know, Julian Assad and how he presented it, you have to respect the fact that he has the right. Oh, and he's not even an American citizen. So why is America holding this man accountable? Why are the laws of America being applied to a citizen of Australia? Again, guys, you know, I want you to think critically here. Think independently here. And understand, if they do it to one, it opens the door for them to be able to do it to all. And all is you, all is me, all is we. Thank you for listening. I hope, you know, I can see your footprint as I look at the views of this video, and more importantly, the sharing of this video. Peace. Talk to you guys soon. DFG, Gideon's Flight. Bye now.